As part of the How to Get a Job video series, we're going to do cover letters today. So, exactly what is a cover letter? A cover letter is an opportunity to kind of pitch to an employer why you should get the job, how your skills match, and what you can do for them. So, that's exactly what a cover letter is. Do I need a cover letter? So, I'm not the biggest fan of cover letters. I don't think they add a lot of value. However, a lot of companies use them to narrow down candidates. So if 10 people applied, one person writes a cover letter, one person does not, the person that doesn't write the cover letter will probably be thrown out just because of it. So I would write them unless specified not to. So for example, some tech companies aren't a big fan of cover letters, and so they don't require one. There's no place to attach it. So I would definitely write a cover letter if you have the opportunity. However, if a company does not offer it, don't freak out. It's not a big deal. It's kind of a benefit for you. So kind of what should a cover letter look like? So looking at this example of the cover letter that I've written, you'll notice that you should have your name, kind of your address, your phone number, and your email address so they can contact you. You should have the date that the letter was written. Typically, if you have the opportunity to address it to somebody, so like you're applying for the job and a friend gave you the opportunity so they know who the hiring manager is, then you should address it to that person. However, a lot of people recommend you spend hours looking for, the hiring manager and calling the company and then making sure their name's on it so it's custom and personable. I think this is ridiculous and a waste of your time and a waste of the company's time as you're calling and harassing people trying to get this name. And there's typically tons of people involved in the hiring process, not just one person or two people. So again, if you have the name, put it on there. It's great. It's personable. They'll know that you know somebody. If you don't have the name, don't waste your time and don't stalk and call people, as it's pretty ridiculous. So again, have it either addressed to sir or madam or to whom it may concern. You'll see in the example I have, I typically have a quick introduction of who I am. This is who I am. This is what I'm currently looking for in the position. I don't have listed on here the exact position I was applying for. However, it's a good idea to list that. Typically, if a HR or hiring manager is reading, tons of different resumes and applications, they might be hiring for 2 or 3 positions. So it would be best to actually list on there like, hi, I'm Dimitri. I'm applying for this position, and I'm looking to do, X, Y, and Z in my career, and this is kind of my background. And then in the next paragraph, I typically have kind of like what have you been doing? What are the skills that you have that could help that company? So if they're looking for, quantitative analytics or looking for time series regression, I would definitely list that out and say, I've been doing, time series analysis. For example, in this example we're looking at in marketing or for pricing. But again, it would be applicable to this job because, it's the skill you're looking for. You'll see I don't explicitly state that, but I make sure that everything they're looking for in the job description is actually inside the cover letter. And then wrap it up with a quick short paragraph on I feel I'd be a great fit because, I have these experiences, and you can provide references as well. You don't need to write that. Again, I would reiterate, you can reach me at this number and this phone number and then sign your name. The key to a cover letter is keeping it one page. Keeping it short. You'll notice I don't even have a total page here because HR and hiring managers are doing a ton of work looking through resumes and cover letters. I would make them quick and brief. You just want to cover the points. Why are you a good hire? Do you fit the qualifications? If so, how? What experiences do you have? And then kind of wrap up with a summary of these are the experiences I have and this is how it'll fit. I typically view a cover letter of this is who I am. This is kind of my past and present, like what you're currently working on and doing. And then, I'm looking to do, quantitative analytics. I'm looking to do statistical modeling. And so then they can, put the pieces together that, okay, you want to do statistical modeling. This job's statistical modeling job. They have these skills. They're a good fit for our company. So basically things to do is tell them what your position you're applying for, like I mentioned. Use it to explain items not on the resume, such as gaps in the resume or something that's not typically listed on the resume. But again, these are opportunities to say like, hey, I've been looking for a job for 6 months. However, I've been working on this other project that's a personal project. So it kind of gives them like a reason of why you haven't found a job, or they know that you're currently looking in multiple areas. So again, keep it short and concise. Things not to do in a cover letter. Don't duplicate your resume. Like, they're going to look at your resume. Don't list on there like, oh, I've worked for this company for so many years, and basically like regurgitating the bullet points from the resume to the cover letter. The cover letter should just be a quick introduction of the general skills that you have that would apply to this job specifically. Don't add fancy fonts and colors and pictures or perfume or anything. Just keep it like simple, black and white, typically Times New Romans or Arial font. It's just a quick cover letter to basically introducing who you are and why you're applying for the job. And then they'll turn the page and see the resume. And last, don't mail in a cover, like a hard copy of a cover letter. I've heard people recommend, try to find some address and mail in the cover letter and the resume and all these package of stuff that I guess an employer might want. Don't do it. If the company asks for it and that's how you're supposed to apply, is through like snail mail basically, then do it. But don't do it just because like you want to be different. It's going to get lost in corporate mail. So just follow the procedures they already have in place. If they want you to email it, email it. If it's through an online system, which almost every company does now, do it that way. So in conclusion, a cover letter is supposed to be just a quick overview of your skills and how it applies to a job. I wouldn't use a template anywhere online. I would write my own cover letter for one specific job and make sure it's exactly what I think would be a great cover letter. And then I would actually take that cover letter and slowly customize it towards other positions. So I wouldn't use an online template. I'd kind of write my own letter, and then I'd customize it for every job. And companies will know if it looks like a real generic template, like my name is so-and-so, I've been doing this for 5 years. I have these skills, like kind of like just listing things out. You want to kind of have a story to go with it. So that's my advice on writing a cover letter. Keep it short, keep it concise, don't use templates, and again, cover letters typically aren't used by a lot of people, but it's a great tool to kind of weed people out. So please subscribe to my channel, which you will see a link right here. And thanks for watching.